Hello? Hey, happy Thursday. You know, it was really hard for me to even figure out what day it is, considering I'm still on vacation, so I'm having a pretty good time. I thought today it might be fun to go through, do another unboxing video, but this time, you know, we've gone over some stuff from America, some stuff from Japan, so I thought, what a perfect time to go with something that wasn't necessarily from America or Japan. It was actually from Bandai Asia. So I figured today we would look at the Digimon Neo, which is it's a pretty cool it's a pretty cool oddity, I guess, in a lot of ways. Technically, so if you don't know much about the Digimon Neo, it was released back in 2009 by Bandai Asia. So you can tell it's interesting because a lot of the Bandai Asia products, you know, they'll have you know, a lot of times like Japanese, English, Chinese, a variety of different languages. It's really cool just the kind of box that it's in. This came out, like I said, around 2009, so Digimon Savers or Data Squad, whichever way you want to look at it, you know, that was really the big thing at that time. So we have Geo Greymon down here, Savers Agumon. The card that comes with it is Virus Metal Garurumon, so that's pretty cool. And then on the back, I just happened to notice this a second ago, you know, on the side. Oh, actually, whoa, look at that. That's awesome. On the back, it's actually pretty cool because we have Magna Angemon, War Greymon, and Lady Devimon, which I feel like Lady Devimon is it's pretty popular, but at the same time, I feel like that's one that doesn't necessarily get enough love or appreciation sometimes.
Pico Devimon.
Pico Devimon or Demi Devimon, I feel like that's a pretty popular Digimon. So I guess, I don't know if you remember, whenever we watched 02, there's an episode where Angemon, and I'm pretty sure that's 02. I may be messing it up and thinking it might have been an adventure, but I'm pretty sure it was in 02. But there's a big scene where Angemon and Lady Devimon get into a fight. And, you know,
I remember, yeah.
It's like a lot of slapping and a lot of, you know, it's kind of crazy.
I actually remember it, yeah.
But you can tell, actually, this is cool because Bandai Asia, even down here, look, this is actually Bandai Asia at the time. May still be, I don't know. It's from Kowloon. Look, it was in Kowloon. That's crazy. Kowloon in Hong Kong, so that's pretty awesome. The Digimon Savers Asia official website. And look, it's cool because this even has, obviously, like the Metal Garurumon card that comes bundled with this set. It's compatible with the Data Card-ass, which is pretty cool.
Why is it called a Data Card-ass?
That's kind of, so, you know how in Japan, there are a lot of the card machines that you can... Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, for example, while we were over there, you know, the Dragon Ball thing was really popular, you know, using cards with an arcade game. You know, even I guess like the Atmon one that was over there. So this was kind of a thing like that was going on at the time with Digimon and with other... Well, Japan, you know. But it's pretty cool because I don't really have too many card-ass cards, but, you know, having that Metal Garurumon's pretty nice. But I'll go ahead and open it up really quick. It's been a while since I've really played around with this. If you don't know much about the Neo, it's actually pretty interesting because there were, if I remember correctly, there were two versions. It's essentially a quest-based Digivice. It's a lot like the D-Power, but without the card swiping mechanic. So I would imagine probably the best way of saying it's a combination of like the Season 1 Digivice and then, like I mentioned, the American D-Power, or the European one. But one thing that's interesting is Bandai Asia also put out an exclusive release earlier on called the Pendulum Cycle, which is very notoriously just kind of crazy. You know, even now, I think in the past few weeks, I saw a thread on With the Will literally talking about, does anyone have a real idea of how evolution and all this other stuff works in the Pendulum Cycle? So definitely check that out if you've never heard about the Pendulum Cycle before. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a Bandai of Asia exclusive. But essentially the Neo ends up using the same shells as the Pendulum Cycle. But like I said, it kind of combines it with oh man, look at me. That stings a little bit. Pull that out really quick. But so this is the shell that they use for the Pendulum Cycle, but, you know, with a different game inside of it. So first, it's interesting since it's multilingual. We've got the instruction booklet here with a nice little shot of Savers Agumon and Geo Greymon. Let's see. So So page 1. What is Pendulum? Pendulum is a walking counter system. Battle with other new discovered characteristics of Digimon, and boss Digimon is depend on walking counter, and that battle with them until clear all stage. Pendulum means shaking. Shaking the main body during training or battle will enable you to input the trick command for Digimon. The method of Pendulum will change the skills of Digimon. Hold the main body and shake the direction up and down as the arrows shown. So it's actually kind of interesting with this one. You shake like this, and I mean they have to point out that you don't shake it like sideways like you would, because you know if you're holding the original season 1 Digivice, you know, you think of the buttons, it's long way, so you're kind of shaking like this. But with this one, very much up and down. So I won't put you through the painful process of me reading through all of this, but if you can imagine, there was probably some really good English in here, which, you know, I don't want to be judgmental or negative about English, especially in something that is multilingual. You know, I feel like that's the kind of world I wish I was in, where everything's getting explained in 4 or 5 languages. But the one thing that's pretty cool about this, if you do see here in this section, you essentially have 6 partner Digimon in this one. You're choosing from Season 1 Digimon, literally. I'm pretty sure it's Agumon, Gabumon, Patamon, Tentomon, Gomamon, and Tailmon. It actually leaves out Piomon and Palmon, and it sucks if you're a fan of them. But it's cool because in this one, during the game, you can actually evolve into... You know, of course, you know, just using the Japanese names, you can evolve all your partner Digimon to Ultimate, you know, or Mega in the English version, but it's actually got kind of like a Super Ultimate. For example, the Agumon and Gabumon lines, you know, they'll go to War Greymon and Metal Garurumon, and then both of them have an extra stage you can evolve to, which is Omegamon. But it's pretty cool with, especially with some of the other evolutions, like... am I trying to... If I remember correctly, I think... For example, Tentomon turns into Hercules, Kabuterimon, and then Raidenmon. It's cool with Gomamon. Gomamon actually turns into both Vikemon and Plesiomon. If you're a little salty about some of the different evolution lines, like Gomamon or Tailmon, like we talked about last time, this would be a perfect device for you because you really get both of them. But it's got a pretty cool lineup. You know, some cool evolutions. Diana kind of went over. The actual instruction manual part. So we'll go ahead and just turn this on really quickly, run through it before we finish up. But you know, I thought this was pretty fun for the most part. I picked this up off eBay literally maybe it had to have been right after it came out, because honestly at the time, probably around 2009, 2010, this was one of the cheaper Digivices that was out there. But let me go ahead and pull that out really quickly. If you don't mind, 1 second. So as soon as it boots up, we go ahead and start it up really quickly. So we're given an option of Agumon, Gabumon, Patamon, Tentomon, Gomamon. And so I guess maybe Tailmon gets unlocked later. Do you have a preference, Diana, which one you would like?
No.
Let's do Gomamon. I think I did Patamon last time I did one. So look, that is some very familiar music if you're used to the US Digivices. You can tell even kind of the same menu sprites as the D-Power. So look, we got Gabumon, speed, attack. Can't evolve or anything. Map. So we've got a few different stages here. Whoa! That's pretty convenient. I'm pretty sure. So this is cool that you actually stay in your evolved form while you're on the map. So you know. Let me, actually, this is the right way. Let me shake it a little bit. Shaking that pendulum, having some fun, going around with my Digimon. Okay, that was really stupid.
Did you just like that?
Yeah, I did. But you can see, let me shake it again. We got Rumon, he's walking, he's chilling out. Do I have any more items? Oh, overpower. That's an interesting item. Okay, is this literally It's like a space shooter. Oh, oops! I literally died at the very beginning. Bandai's always pretty interesting with some of their digital mini games. Even thinking about I used to be a pretty big Power Rangers fan, and I remember, oh my god, I think it was one of the kind of cosplay toy weapons from Turbo. It essentially had like a little LCD mini game that turned into, was it a navigator? I don't even remember. I should look that up. Anyway, going from the game, medical like usual, connect. This can actually connect with some. Oh, look at me, that's literally horrible. I'm pretty sure this has some pretty good connectivity since at the time, Savers had the Digivice IC, which at that point only had infrared or the 3-pronged connectors that they kind of used for the Digimon Mini and some other stuff there for a while. So honestly, if you really think about it, when this came out in 2009, this was kind of a rarity to finally have something, with a 2-prong connector. And even though it was Bandai Asia, it wasn't official, Bandai of Japan, like an actual Digivice, or, neither coming from America or anything like that. I feel like it's a pretty good little game. I played through it. It does stink. Like a lot of the older devices, that there's no save and reload feature in it. Of course, like the 20th Pendulums, new Digivices, all that kind of stuff. So it makes it kind of hard, but look, only 5,000 steps. Who knows? I might try this out sometime. But anyway, so that's really it for the Digimon Neo. There was a version 2, and honestly, I kind of forget which Digimon were in that. It might honestly. I don't know. I don't want to say for sure because I don't want to mess it up with like the D-Spirit or the D-Gather or anything like that. So maybe I'll try to come back about that at some other point in the future. But I just wanted to check out the Digimon Neo. I feel like if you have heard about it, awesome. If you haven't heard about it, definitely check it out. It used to be pretty affordable. Not sure how much it's going for right now, but I think especially if you're into Season 1 Digimon, getting being able to get Omegamon, Raidenmon, I think maybe it's Patamon that also evolves into like Valkyriemon and then Seraphimon. You can find that on the old With the Will. Check around on Wikimon and all that. But thanks for checking this out. I thought this was pretty cool. Good excuse to pull out the Digimon Neo. I think next time I'm gonna try to pick out something from not necessarily the newest Digimon series, since technically, we have the 2020 Adventure series being the one that's on TV right now. But it was pretty cool. Diane and I, when we lived in Japan, I felt very #blessed in a lot of ways because Digimon Universe Applin Monsters came out while we were over there. So, I got to see that premiere on TV and everything. And I know that, a lot of the more recent stuff, especially Atmon, where, it's more of a spin-off and, it's only got like Agumon in an episode and stuff like that. I ended up really enjoying the series, so I feel like we might take a look at the Apply Drive Duo next time. Pretty cool little piece of machinery. Anyway, thank you so much. Check out some of our other Digimon videos if you have a chance. I've got a ton of them. I love Digimon. What can I say? I love getting to talk about it. Feel free to leave any comments, questions. Do you have the Digimon Neo? What's your opinion of it? Really, I think it's one of those where it's a little more unknown compared to some other devices, and I think even just being connected to the Pendulum Cycle, that's pretty intense. Anyway, thank you so much. Take it easy and have a great life. Thanks. Bye.